You know, you actually have a say-so in how your life goes. You have no say-so in what happens to you, but you have a say-so in what you do about it. You ain't got to be washed white as snow, because I didn't get that. I still got dirt on me. But show me something that has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it. See, you get tripped out because you got dirt on you, but you need dirt on you to develop.
Because planting looks no different from burial.
Everything you see above ground that blossoms and that's beautiful, it was underground one time. Because dirt is fertilizer. Dirt gives you the strength for your seed to push through. See, you got to have dirt on you to push through something.
As long as you take a bag of seeds and keep it on the shelf, you'll never have a harvest. Because in the privacy of darkness, seeds begin to go through a metamorphosis.
See, you get mad when haters come your way. You get mad because you get a setback. You get mad because you get a detour. That's just dirt. You got to have dirt on you to grow into what God got for you.
It might be dark for you right now, but it's not over. You might have to go up without what your neighbors have, but it's not over. Sometimes you have to go through something to find out who you really are, to find out that you can do more than you thought you could do. I just want to stop and thank God that He allowed me to go through my changes in the darkness.
I'm telling you that it was Him. It was not my education. It wasn't no deal I struck. It was cause of prayer. I just kept praying. When it looked like I wasn't gonna be nothing, I kept asking that God that my mama had told me about. And when it looked like it ain't coming, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait on it anyway. When they told me you'll never be nothing, I didn't listen to them. See, God, He know what He doing. You just got to get to asking. Every time you're in pain, it leaves a gift behind. See, sometimes you got to get rid of a man in order for God to give you the man that you really need. You just have to hang in there. He might have something better for you.
I don't want you to define success or to ask God to preserve the temporary. Every blessing is not meant to last the journey. God brings some people in your life to get you from point A to point B. How many of you have lost some stuff in the storm? Lost some people in the storm? It was a temporary blessing. If it was meant to stay, it couldn't leave. I have learned every friend is not going to be a lifelong friend. And if they walk away, don't stand there and cry over what was, because if you'd have needed them for the future, they would have stayed.
We all go through disappointments in life and things we don't understand. It's easy to get discouraged and lose our passion. But God won't allow anything to happen that will keep you from your purpose. And sometimes He has to close a door so He can open a bigger door. He'll move a person out of your life because they're limiting your growth. If you only knew what God was up to, you wouldn't live upset. If you only knew how He's going to connect the dots in your life, you'd get your passion back. Maybe you went through a loss. I know that's difficult, but if you only knew the new doors that are going to open, if you only knew that your latter days will be better than your former days, the best part of your life is still in front of you. You may be off course, thinking you've missed your destiny. If you only knew what great lengths God is going to go to get you back on course. You can't outrun the mercy of God. The psalmist said, if I go to the depths of the ocean, God, you are there. If I go to the heights of the heaven, you're still there. You may have gone your own way. You think that God wouldn't have anything to do with you. You can still become who you were created to be. Don't sit around condemned, listening to the accuser. If you only knew what God was going to do, how He's not just going to restore you, He's going to put you back into purpose. The assignment He has for you didn't get canceled because you took a detour. You're still going to see dreams come to pass. If you only knew what God was doing behind the scenes, if you only knew how He's fighting battles for you, then you would trust Him. You would live from a place of peace. You wouldn't fight all the things you don't like. The disappointments, the betrayals, they had to happen. They're a part of His plan. It was uncomfortable. It didn't make sense, but you wouldn't see your greatness without those challenges. You may have made mistakes, gone through bad breaks. God is saying, to you, if you only knew how I'm going to make miracles out of your mistakes, if you only knew how I'm going to restore you, still make something great out of your life. You may have some big obstacles. You don't see how you can overcome the sickness, how you can accomplish your dream. But if you only knew who our God is, our God is alive. He still makes rivers out of deserts. He still brings walls down. He still defeats giants. He's still a way maker, a promise keeper, a miracle worker. Life may have thrown you a curve. You've settled where you are, thinking this is as good as it gets. Just accept those bad breaks limited you. That person that walked away soured your life. God is saying, if you only knew what I'm about to do, I'm about to honor you in front of your enemies. I'm about to free you from what looks permanent. I'm about to bring someone into your life better than you've imagined. The mistakes you made didn't cancel your destiny. You're about to see God show out in your life. See, we get stuck in the heartache, the disappointment, the shame. I should have done better. What was wrong with me? God knows we're human. Now, I'm not saying about being loose and doing whatever you want. When down deep you want to do the right thing, but you make mistakes, that is not going to stop your purpose. What will stop you is if you start living condemned, no passion. You can come up with good reasons why you can't be happy, why your business can't succeed. In your own strength, that may be true, but you're not on your own. The God who breathed life into you is saying, if you only knew the favor I'm about to show you, how I'm going to connect the dots, those things you don't understand that were painful, I saw them, and they're going to all work for you. Sometimes we're disappointed over what we've lost. The door closed, the person walked away, We don't understand why it didn't work out. It meant so much to me. But if you only knew what God was about to do, you would understand that it's all a part of God's plan. You have to trust Him when it doesn't make sense. If you only knew where those disappointments are leading you, like with Joseph, you had to get pushed out. They had to be jealous. It's not that God has forgotten about you, it's that He's positioning you for greater influence. Will you keep a good attitude? Not get bitter, not think you've seen your best days? Stay in faith when it doesn't make sense. Do the right thing when the wrong thing has happened. You've been through disappointments, injustice. That's a sign that something awesome is on the way. What God is about to do in your life will not just make up for every wrong, but it will be so rewarding you won't think about what you lost. Try a different approach and say, God, I trust you. If you only knew what God is going to do, you'd stay in peace. If you only knew how He's going to connect the dots, you wouldn't fight everything that doesn't go your way. How your poor choices are not going to stop your destiny, then you'd get your passion back. You'd stir your faith up and start dreaming again. Start believing again. If you only knew the gifts God has for you, you would believe big. You'd get rid of the guilt. Let go of the discouragement and get ready for something that you haven't seen. Chains that have held you back are being broken right now. Strongholds in your mind are coming down. The disappointments, the people that tried to stop you, it's all working for your good.